Hey guys, welcome to episode number 1. My name is Alvin. I am the general manager of the Sturgis Trojans. This is a fictional baseball league in Out of the Park 21 baseball, and this is something that I enjoy doing. Ever since I was younger, I've always been fascinated with sports. Stratomatic baseball was something that I really enjoyed in high school. Stratomatic hockey as well too, so you're rolling a dice, you have cards where the players have ratings, and as depending on the dice roll, that's the outcome of what's going on. You can change pitchers, etc., etc. So I came across simulation sports when I was in high school as well on a computer, and I remember playing Eastside Hockey Manager, and it's basically somewhat of what this program is that I'm showing you today and taking you through my team. But that was hockey. This is baseball, and Out of the Park has created this product where you can create a fictional league. You can do a league based on Major League Baseball players as well. So that's kind of fun. You get to actually manage your favorite baseball team, from the minors to the pitching, who you want opening, your bullpen. You can make trades, you sign players, you look after the payroll, you look after the budget, you hire scouts, you fire scouts, you hire bench coaches, managers, assistant managers, things like that. So you can have hands-on as much as you want or as little as you want. So this is kind of the overview of the game. Again, I mentioned I made a fictional baseball league in Saskatchewan. That's where I'm from, Saskatchewan, Canada. So I just made a league, 24-team league, and this is my team. I'm actually going to show you the overview of the league. So here it is. We have North Division, South Division, North Division, and South Division. And so again, we're going to have to come up with some names. We can customize the names of the divisions. I haven't got that far yet. I was so excited to show you this. I just did this league. There's fictional players. We just drafted. I have done other videos, but the audio wasn't on the video. And so I was really frustrated. I uploaded them. I went to watch them back to make sure that they worked, and there was no audio. It was just a blank screen of the mouse going around like this. And I was like, all my work that I did and leading up to it, I had some major decisions to make between the shortstop that I really wanted, and I found a knuckleball pitcher, and I had to go with the knuckleball pitcher. And turns out I made the right choice. He is the best pitcher in the game according to the ratings that the game has, and I got him 9th overall. He's 27 years old. Yeah, I'll tell you more about him a little bit later, but this is the division, as I was mentioning. So these are all towns and cities in Saskatchewan. So those that are from Saskatchewan, they're going to recognize a lot of these towns. And Sturgis is where I live now, so I made the Sturgis Trojans, which is the town's name. I don't know if they have a baseball team. We just moved here a little while ago, but I'm going to be Sturgis, so welcome. So in my division, we have Pilot Butte, Weyburn, White City, the Carlisle Cardinals. My brother-in-law plays on the team, so shout out to him if he watches this. I could actually probably make him in the game, as a pitcher, and then Sturgis, we would play them, and we'd probably beat them for sure. Just kidding. But we also have Milestone in our division as well. And then we have other towns like Regina, Assiniboia, Strasbourg, Yorkton. So this is exciting for me. This is all customized. The game, you can choose like Alberta, Quebec, North America, Mexico, all these different leagues, Japan, any kind of fictional league you want to make up or think of, you can make it. Look at this. We got the bigger beach bums. I can't wait to play the beach bums, man. We are just going to, hammer the beach bums. I'm just kidding. But this is really interesting. You can change the team names too. They don't have to be these names. But again, there's also a logo maker. So I've made some pretty nice logo that I might have to upload. It takes a lot of time to do all that stuff. So I like to just kind of get to the action and see how we're doing. So let's show you my team as well too, and just explain a little bit of this. I don't want to take long in this video, but at the same time, I want to kind of show you a little bit about what is going on if you've never played this or are unfamiliar with it. So let's go to our pitching first. So your overall, you have these star ratings, but inside the star ratings are actually kind of what these stars are based on are these ratings: the stuff, the movement, and the control. So these are all pitching ratings. So the higher the stuff, the harder they're going to throw, the better their stuff is going to be. Their pitches are going to be better, and they're going to throw harder. So an 8 or a 10 stuff. So the difference here between these two pitchers is probably about 2 or 3 mile an hour. So this guy here, Rolf Bernard, he probably throws like 98 to 100 mile an hour. He's also a CL. He's a closing pitcher. So let's just click on him. Okay, so he's a 95 to 97, but his stuff, his fastball, his stuff correlates to his fastballs a lot of the time. So high stuff, high fastball. He's going to get a ton of strikeouts. So pitchers with lots of stuff are going to get lots of strikeouts. So that's what you want for your bullpen, and obviously you want that too for your starting pitching. But again, think of this, like a Greg Maddux. He might be like a 6, 8, 9. That might be like Greg Maddox's rating. If you don't know who Greg Maddux is, then you probably shouldn't be watching this because you don't know baseball, but maybe you're just learning. So go look up who Greg Maddux is. He was probably one of the best pitchers. I can't remember how many Cy Young awards he won, but he didn't throw very hard. He threw like 89 to 90 mile an hour, but he had pinpoint accuracy. So most of the time, though, I like the guys that are 9 stuff, 7 movement, 7 control, or again like a 7 movement, 8 or 7 stuff, 8 movement, and an 8 control and above. Because again, if they have good control, you have to hit the ball or else you're going to get struck out. And so movement correlates to how many ground balls usually, or a guy with a higher movement is going to have more ground balls. Somebody with lower movement is going to give up more home runs, and their pitchers aren't going to have as much movement. So this is Roland, the groundhog. Merlin, groundhog, Roland. Why? Look at this. He's got a knuckleball. He throws only 84 to 86 miles an hour. That is extremely quite slow for a starting pitcher. But his knuckleball, if he uses that knuckleball like all the time, he's going to be dominant. He's got a lot of stamina too, so he's going to last in the games. And he's my ace. He's the number 1 pitcher according to this game in this league. Number 1 pitcher right here. So again, his ratings are a little bit different, but at the same time, that knuckleball, I've seen guys with similar ratings with a knuckleball like this, and they threw to like a 2 ERA, very attractive, or just above a 2 ERA, and usually going for 20 wins a year, always in the top for awards. And so Merlin's going to get a ton of strikeouts. I can't wait to see what his stats are at the end of the year. As long as he doesn't get injury proneness over here. Again, he's normal, so I hope he doesn't have to really go out there and throw his shoulder out, because he's only throwing 84 to 86 miles an hour. But man, if I've seen an 84 to 86 mile an hour knuckleball, crazy. Nobody's going to be able to hit that. So that was our number 1 pick, Merlin. And our bullpen, again, like I mentioned, Rolf Bernard, 10 stuff, 8 movement, and 7 control. You want all those 7 and above usually for closing pitchers, guys that come in to shut down the offense in the late innings. So this guy, Rolf here, is not going to give up a lot of home runs. He has potential even to go up to another control. So he's 26 years old, so yeah, he's probably going to reach out. He's going to be a 10-8-8, and he's going to lock down a lot of those games. And his injury proneness, he's durable, so he's gonna last. Ton of strikeouts, so I look forward to that. So left-handed pitching too is hard to come by, especially in the bullpen, to find a good left-handed pitcher. So I went out and got Kip Ings. He was the round 14, somebody I was looking at, just because left-handed pitching, you need that. Most of the pitchers in the game are right-handed pitching, so a lot of the left-handed bats are going to be what cause you problems. And so when you have a lefty that can shut them down like Kip, much needed late in the game, he versus left-handed bats is a 10-8-8, so that's very good rating against left-handed bats. Not so good against righties, but again, the majority of the time you're going to want him pardon me, against the left-handed bats. So that's a little bit of a look at our pitching. Here's our hitting. The ratings for hitters: 9 contact, gap power, eye, avoid Ks. So contact, obviously, how do they make contact? So Charles here is going to hit for a high average, and he's going to hit a lot of doubles because he's got a lot of good gap power, but he doesn't have a lot of home run power. So he might not hit one home run throughout the whole year, but he's going to hit probably over 300, and his eye isn't that great, so he's not going to draw a lot of walks. So he's either going to hit the ball, strike out, or line out, something like that, because his avoid Ks too. He's gonna bat like 340, but that's about it because his eye's not very good. So his on base percentage is going to be right around what his batting average is, just maybe a little bit better. Again, he's a lefty too, so he hits 10 contact versus right-handed pitching, and he's not too bad against left-handed pitching either, but again, the power in the eye or something that is to be desired there. But he does play a good decent defense at third base too, so he's going to be nice on the bench. 39 years old too, and he's an Ironman, so he probably has some leadership capabilities too, so you want a guy like that. That was a nice late pick. So Corey Rankin, he's our actual starting third baseman. 7 third base rating position here too, and he has got a 9 contact, but again, the home run and the eye are down, so he's going to hit for a high average. His on-base percentage is going to be very similar to his batting average, but he's not going to hit a lot of home runs. So good for top of the lineup, or maybe even just at the very bottom of the lineup to turn things over again to the top of the lineup. So and plus he plays a good defense too at third base. So defense is very important in this game, especially with pitchers that have a lot of ground balls. So that's kind of what you want. Again, Freddie Davis. He was my second round pick in the draft. He's a left-handed hitter, and look at this, when you go to right-handed pitching in the top right corner here, he is going to hit for a high average, he's going to hit for power, he's going to hit for lots of gap, lots of doubles, he's going to walk a ton. His avoid Ks is down a little bit, so but at the same time, he's going to hit for 300 and probably 35 to 40 home runs, if not more, per year. Against lefties, though, he's a little bit weaker, so he's probably going to be on the bench for the most part against left-handed pitching, but at the same time, the majority of the pitching, again, is against right-handers, and his defense isn't too bad. It's not the greatest, but again, when I looked at the draft, he was probably one of the most attractive bats that I wanted to have in my lineup. So here we are with our shortstop. Very good defense. Something that I really like to have is shortstop with good defense, and obviously I want him to have a good bat as well too. Brian Peddle is all right against right-handed pitching. That's basically what you're going to be facing, so that's kind of what I got him for. But his defense was really good. His against lefties, he's not very good, so I can kind of see that we're going to be susceptible to a good left-handed pitcher on the mound. And so hopefully, we might have to go out and make a trade to find a better right-handed bat off the bench, or to play every day even too, just to even it out. So our catcher as well too. This guy's interesting. 10 defensive rating behind the dish, so he's going to be able to throw out a lot of guys. He's going to be able to call a really good game. He's not going to give up a lot of pass balls, and that's what we want. But his bat was very poor against left-handed pitching. He's all right. He's going to draw his fair share of walks, but against righties, he's going to struggle. But I mean, the defense, I'm hoping, will make up for it. We took him fairly early in round 5, but the catching in this game was, Saskatchewan was not born and bred for catchers. Obviously, in this game, that's what they think. So that kind of rounds it out here. Let's have a look. This is our minor league teams, the Ogama White Wings. Scott Oakes, again, very young player, so he's going to be up and playing this year as well too. So he is probably going to be in the running for rookie of the year, I would imagine, just because of this contact rating, 9 out of 10. He's going to reach the 10. He's only 20 years old, and he's got his home run power is above average, so he's going to hit 25 home runs probably. On a good season, he's probably going to hit 25 to 30 home runs. and he's going to hit for a high average. So I really like Scott Oakes. That's kind of why I drafted him. I drafted him in round 6 just because we are going to win not by the long ball. We don't have a lot of power, but we are going to win by high average and getting guys on base to steal bags and just hitting them in, doubles. Here's another pitcher too I took early, round 3. I couldn't believe that he was still there. He's 22 years old, and pitching is hard to come by in this game, especially somebody that's this young. He's the number 4th ranked prospect. 7, his potential 777. This is his actual rating 654. So he's going to be another year in AAA. Maybe later on in the year I probably will be able to bring him up to the majors. Most likely I'll leave him down though, depending on how we're doing. I'm pretty deep in pitching in the majors, so I can afford to keep him in AAA to allow him to develop his slider, his changeup, and his movement and his control. So I'm not really too worried about rushing him and kind of wasting years for him, or wasting a year and having to give him up a year earlier or a contract. So I will probably just keep him in the minors. So here we are. Frank Britton, he's going to be up probably in the majors. And so we do have some depth that can come up right away. And that's something that we want to look at. I will show you one more thing before I let you guys go. Thank you so much for hanging on here. Please subscribe to the channel because there's going to be more of these videos, and you are going to see what happens this year with the Sturgis Trojans in the Saskatchewan Baseball League. So look forward to you guys hanging with me, and let's look at our minor league system ratings. These are the top systems. So the top prospects, the team with the most and the best prospects, are the bigger beach bums. Go figure. So these guys have the top prospects. They have 5 prospects in at least the top 40. They might even have more after that. They might just not be rated here. So here we are, the Sturgis Trojans. We come in 7th. So having a good major league team, obviously, and a good minor league team is something that we want. So my pitcher, Elijah Baugh, he is the 4th best prospect. And so Scott Oakes again, and Dan Blaze. Dan, how you doing? Yeah, he's not a shortstop. Just with his arm, just not. He would be a good second baseman. That's what he will probably be playing. But again, his bat is just not that good either. So he might be on the trade block. And Frank Britton, he will be reaching the majors this year too. So yeah, not too bad for prospects, even though I don't really think that they're that great of a prospects, but we will see how they develop. You never know, we might get some surprises too. I've seen that lots before. So something I will be looking for is trying to find a catcher that is up and coming. He will be very desirable just because the catchers in this game are really, really poor. The preseason ranks haven't been rated yet. It'll be interesting to see where they kind of gauge my team. I think it's probably going to be a little bit lower than it actually is, just because they probably won't account for my guys that are ready to go in the minors, but we'll see. So here are the player rankings. Here are the top 20 position players in the game. So Jack Morrison is 34 years old, third baseman, 9 contact, 9 power, 7 eye, and 7 defense. So he's going to be a stud. 34 years old, best position player in the game as the game rates. So Travis Simpson, a right fielder, again, he's 35 years old. So, give it 3 or 4 years or 3 or 4 seasons, and these guys are going to be getting up there in age and they're going to be dropping. But we'll see how they turn up. So look at this. The top 3 are 34 and older. And here's Gates. So again, this was my dilemma. Do I pick this Gates guy? I could have had him at 9th. I made the choice to go with my pitcher. Gates was the 4th best player, and Strasburg got him at 15th, I believe. So he lasted 6 more picks before he was taken. So he would have been my pick. So Gates, you know, he might, even after this year, he might climb up to the, you know, 2 or 3. He's young enough, and if any of these guys drops, you never know. So look at this. We have one player in the top 20 position players, and I got him in the second round. So that's not too bad. Freddie Davis, that was our left fielder. He's number 20 in the league. There's a couple teams, I believe Weyburn has multiple players in the top 20, so they are going to be a force to be reckoned with. Wow, look at this guy, Jeff Rowe and Lawrence Hillock. Those two guys are going to be causing a lot of trouble in Weyburn's division. Yeah, look at this. We have Weyburn in our division, so we're going to be seeing a lot of them. That's not good, but we will see. As well, Regina has 2 guys, Bob Arsenault and Jack Morrison, 2 top 20 bats. So here, I guess I lied. I thought Merlin was number 1. But maybe he's not. Merlin is number 5, so I guess I might have misplayed that. But look at this guy's a closer, and he's rated. He's a very good closer. 10-7-10. Yeah, I wouldn't want to face him at all in the 9th inning. It's gonna be lights out. So here we are, Eric Jarvel. He is the number 1 pitcher as rated by the system scouting, and I have Merlin here, and I have 2 pitchers in the top 20, so that's appealing. I have 1 bat in the top 20 and 2 pitchers in the top 20, so we can't complain about that. Tim Trousdale, again, I told you my pitching is deep, so I'm looking for the pitching to really get me through. So in saying all that, guys, we are January 1st. Next time we are going to be looking at spring training and playing that and seeing how that goes and checking in with some of our players, and we are going to get into the regular season as soon as possible. I don't think I'm going to be making too many trades. I kind of want to see how we're going. Maybe I might look for a right-handed bat that's a little bit better, but it's been over 20 minutes, so guys, thank you so much for hanging on. Please subscribe and keep track of the Saskatchewan Baseball League to see who walks away with the first year's championship over time. So thanks again, guys, and we'll catch you later.